All right, welcome everybody. How y'all doing out there today? It's been a few days. I actually was kind of taking it easy. I knew we were going to have sideways action. Really just, I mean, this has just been some really easy trading ranges for us. I mean, I don't think there was anything stressful about the last couple days. I'm going to remove that. I don't think there's really, I think we're coming to a point now where, it might not be in the next, 24 hours, but I think we're coming to a critical decision time right here where we are going to get a pretty, I don't know if it's going to be a substantial move or a detrimental move or however you want to throw it out there. But I think we're going to have a move that's incoming that's going to be, let's just call it impactful. Okay, it's going to be impactful. So that's the best way I can put it. It's going to make a significant. It'll help us to define our TA and where we're at, other than this just abject sideways movement here. I mean, to tell the truth, that's all that's kind of been happening here for the less, you squish this down. I mean, you are just trading in a range here, and that's what's happening. We're just continuing to trade inside of this range. There's this has just been, it's just like bots, people getting wrecked, bots making money, and good for the bots. And a lot of this is a lot of this is, a lot of this is wash trading. A lot of this is bots. I mean, I would have to say the majority of the traders that are out there, of the actual retail traders, I would say a lot of the retail traders right now have bots. So there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of bot trading. I know there's some good bots out there. There's some people making money with bots, and that's great. Good for them. As for the retail trader, as I would like to consider myself, I would say that is not so good. But at the same time, I think I am learning and I am adapting to the market, since I am still new to the market. I'm only a little over a year old to trading in general, and this has been a very volatile market. I think January 25th is my crypto birthday. So it's 4 or 5 days away. I will be in Vegas with Chone for my crypto birthday. So I'm almost there, almost at the 1 year mark. So super excited about that. But one of the things I want to really just start to hone in on this picture of the market is it's pretty easy to look into any chart and just see the diminishing volume pattern. I mean, there is just a lack of volume, and these bursts of volume that they get, these candles, these low volume pumps that we're getting, right? There's just not a lot of commitment to them. And yes, I am going to call this 1,000 point pump, which it was, a low volume pump, right? And you can take issue with that. But when you lose 3,000 points, once again, when you lose 3,000 points and you can only recover, right? You can only recover barely to the 382 line. I don't even think we made it to the 382. I think we're more like 236 line over here. I think we barely made it to the 236. When you do that, that is substantial. That is something that's a real deal right there, right? And here's a little bit bigger look at the structure. This is the weekly structure, something I just did yesterday. I have my super fancy arrows showing the down volume, Like, this is nice and chunky volume over here. You see this? This is good building volume. This is healthy volume. This over here is just, there's nothing. It just, the volume continues to poop out on us as we go down. Now, we lost 3,000 points, right? Which is very, very, once again, I'm going to say it's a very substantial loss in points-wise. And let's go ahead and we're going to use our fib. And you really have to decide, where is the top? Was it right here? Was this your top right here on this little hike dump right here? Or where do you start your count? Do you start your count right here? Off this anomaly, which I'm going to call this an anomaly. This is an anomaly because it was the pump off of the tether crash, right? This was the tether crash pump right here, right? Or are you going to start your anomaly back here? Or are you going to start your count here or here? where would you like to start your count? You know, where is ABC? Is there an ABC up here somewhere? Let's just say, for argument's sake, we're going to start it right off of the bottom right here. Oops. And there we go. Flip that the right way. Right, let's say, just for argument's sake, we're gonna call it just the dump right off of the tippy top of this particular candle right here. I mean, we never even made it back to the 382 right there, right? Never even made it back to the 382 level, where I did, I mean, we got close. We got into the region, broke over the 236, but never made it all the way back to 382. For that bounce back there. That is very substantial, and I do call this a weak pump, because if you look at the volume bar here, look at this. There's the volume bar. It is a little bit less it's a teeny smidgen of less volume here, but look at how substantial that candle was, and how this candle was right here. The spinning top, beautiful candle to call a reversal, potential reversal. Then you got another spinning top, beauty, called a reversal. You got the bounce right there, followed by another spinning top, a hammer candle, and then we fell out again, right? Fell out one more time. Now, what is I just put on this chart yesterday, looking at this weekly chart here, right? I put on that we have, and I'm going to move this off here. Don't need that, right? I'm going to take these off. They're just getting in the way. Okay. One of the things that I look at when I look at this chart right here, right, is I see that historically, here's the circled area, here's the circled area right here. These two last times when we put in this hanging man, this inverted hammer candle, inverted hammer candle here, right, there's your inverted hammer candle, and then just failed, right? Put in a next style inverted hammer candle quasi thing. Now, what's really interesting is, look at this baby. This is just a wild little candle over here on Bitstamp. This weekly candle is really, really wicked. What the fuck is that? I mean, it's crazy, right? This is crazy right here. This is a pretty wild closing candle, I would have to say, on the weekly chart. It's kind of an unprecedented style candle that we've had. I mean, we really haven't put in anything similar to this, right? It's really just kind of a upside down doji candle. I mean, there's one right there. There you go. There's one right there in a retrace, right? Look at that. Was just a straight flat inverted doji right there. Very nice. Right? But now let's take a look. Let's look at what happened on this candle. So here, if I were to look at this thing, I would see volume rising. So I would start my graph here. I would slowly move my way up, right? I would go like this, right? I would say shunk, just like that. Like, that's beaut. That's increasing bullish volume, right? Beautiful bullish volume as the herd moves along. Great job. Very nicely done. You see the building volume all the way up to peaking, and then people got really like, oh, Jesus, really? It's a little crazy. And then we finally started our next move into the bear saga, right? That's been this last year that we've had, right? And you take a look at this bearish pattern we've had. Now, all we've done again is almost start a second bearish wave. So you had this first bearish wave play out. It almost looks like we're putting in a second bearish wave of volume here. It looks like we're starting the entire market cycle all the way back over. This is not what you want to see in the end of a bearish reign, right? So when you come back here and you look back in 2015-16, right? You come back over here, you see, we all know where Baby Bull Jesus was, right? There's Baby Bull Jesus. Love him, leave him. There he is. We love Baby Bull Jesus so much. Baby Bull Jesus parked there, right? Now, once you look at this gorgeous volume, very nice, right? And then look at this cycle here. So you started a down cycle. You then restarted the down cycle over again. and then you restarted the down cycle over a final time. Then you finally ended the bearish cycle with a beautiful bullish cycle right there. This was gorgeous bullish volume, right? Then everything after this was kind of like just a building. Look at this, just gorgeous, very nice, beautiful volume that played ourselves out. But when we were in this bearish market, we actually reset the bearish market multiple times in order to get, to finally find the bottom here. And then if we come over and we see, well, what the heck have we done over here? This is our very first reset, right? That's our very first one right there, right? I would say, right? That was it. That's our very first reset of bearish volume. We are now going into our second set of bearish volume, right? Which we did multiple times back over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, before we finally, the fourth one, we finally got out of it. That's where the magic happened, and we took off to Bulldom, right? But this is the very first cycle, and we'll just call this cycle 2, where it just looks like we are in cycle 2 right here of the bear market, right? So I'm going to mark that out, right? So this looks like, let's do this. Let's pull this down, right? Okay, come on, get out of there. All right, let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. All right, so we have cycle 1. All right, and let's clone this baby. Right, and then there's cycle 2. Oop. There you go. Come on. Cycle 2. This is cycle 3, the last cycle. Right? So the way I see it is there was 3 separate cycles of bearish volume, and then we finally got our capitulation, and then this would have been, right, this would have been our cycle to Bulldom. Okay, so that would have been our cycle to Bulldom right there. We're going to mark that one green, right, and that would have been our cycle of Bulldom. This also included our retest. Right, so this also included our retest of the lows, and then we took off, right? I mean, that's really what happened there. Okay, the way I see this, we're still, let me get back over here to my charts. Okay, we are still in what appears to be only a second cycle of bearish volume, right? This looks like looks like a second cycle, right? Check BLX. BLX. I have a BLX chart. Let's go check our BLX chart. Excellent idea. Okay, so here's our BLX chart. All right, let's see how far we can go back here. Whew. Yeah, BLX volume. There's no volume on BLX. You can't really measure this. Yeah, you can't measure this. BLX is a delayed, look, you can't even measure any of that on there. Can't measure anything on BLX. Useless. Sorry. Can't even use it. So what we'll do is we'll stick with the Bitstamp, but you can see that the multiple cycles that played out in order to find your last bottom, right? Your cycles of volume. I still feel that at this point, we are nowhere near the volume. Not the volume, but we are nowhere near the bottom. I think we need at least one more. And it's the good news is looking at that, that also means we're on our second run, which if we, squiggle around here, who the F cares what happens. So we squiggle around, drop one more time, right? Then we'd be looking for our third test. Hopefully that would be our retest of the bottom. And then we would pump out of this, right? Now, another bad sign is all of the moving averages are above us on the weekly, right? So every single defensible bearish moving average, except for the 200, is now on the top side of us. This is not good. I know a lot of people are pushing for this to go to the top side, but it's not going to go to the top side. It's going to have a harder time to break loose and to break free of all of this, simply because there's so much bullish volume, so many bullish moving averages that are on tops, on actually just moving averages that are on the top side of us, that are going to look to deflect the bulls or to push them down. They're basically going to act as resistance right now. And you can see how well those resistances have played out. So it's going to be very difficult for us to get a back up. And I feel it's going to be really difficult to get back up over $6,000 for this 2000. Without the ETFs, without an ETF. I want to be very specific with that. If we get an ETF call this year, which I very highly doubt it, I feel that we're going to have a real issue going into any higher than $6,000 for 2019. Now, this is good because I still feel we are going to be able to buy we're going to be able to buy Bitcoin at a discount. And yes, I do have my Gauss charts, and I can put up my Gauss, and I will do that. But the Gauss charts are still ugly. It still shows 2,300, 2,200 and change where we could see a bottom. That doesn't mean that we still won't have a wick, right? Still won't have a wick out. So we're going to move forward here. Let's just I want to take a look at a couple quick charts here. God, I'm in a chat group that's just, they're out of control. I need to figure out how to mute one of my chats on TradingView. I'm in a chat on TradingView, and the guys are just like, oh my God, they're so active. Like every 2 seconds in my ear goes, boop, 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 boop. All right, let's move along here. And still leaving my count. I'm not going to adjust my count. I still think we are looking for a B wave before we find a C wave, right? I'm just going to slide all this over. I still think we're looking for a B wave before we find a C wave. I'm still looking for something like this right here. Golly, hold on a second. Give me a second here, everybody. Oh shit. What the hell's beeping? Oh yeah, it's this. Yeah, I had to leave that chat. It was too much. Holy cow. There we go. This guy's just a little too active in my ear. All right. So the chart that I want to bring up, two charts today that I feel are going to be the critical charts for us going into this next week. These are the two charts that I feel are the most detrimental charts to where we're at right now. So back in the end of, and I want to say this one time, okay? Being on the top is not bad. Being on the bottom is not bad. Being in the middle is bad. Okay, so let me explain to you what this says right here, okay? Being on the top is not bad. Being on the bottom is not bad. Being in the middle is very, very, very bad, right? Very, very, very bad. So this is the core. This is the middle right here, right? This is your middle area. This whole area pretty much right in here. This is your middle right here. This is it. So everything that happens in this middle area, right? This is very, very bad. Okay? So you don't want to be in this middle area, because inside of this middle area is the shit zone area. Okay? We do not want to be in the shit zone area. This is the shit zone area. Sorry, posting that up for members. So when you're in the core of this movement, right? This is when you need to be most worried about the direction and the trend and the impact and the power of the trend taking a hold for those wicked, wicked thrusts, right? Whether you're thrusting up or you're thrusting down, it is just wicked. And I'm going to show you this. So listen, there's this yellow line right here. See this nice pretty yellow line right here, okay? Nice pretty yellow line shows exactly. Look at where we bounced off. This to December 16th, 2017, bounced right off this little pretty line right here, right? Oh, shit. We just bounced off that same pretty line. Okay, let's take a look at the movement the last time we bounced off this pretty little line right here, okay? So let me find this baby, and where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Brush. All right, so the last time we did this, swoop, swoop, dump, right? Swoop, swoop, dump. So I'm not saying this is the same, right? I'm not saying every time, you know, you meet a nice girl, she's going to be a nice girl, right? Because sometimes the ones that look the most innocent are the freaks, right? Are definitely the freaks. You know, those are the ones that they sneak up on you, and then they break out the peanut butter and the handcuffs, and you what do you need that for? You know, that kind of stuff where you have to say that. What is that for? So, and you know it ain't for her, it's for you, right? So this is a scary area to be in, right? You meet that really nice girl, she looks real normal, she's right in the middle of the road, and then she just breaks out the whips and chains on you. As soon as she breaks out, just crashes your whole life, just wrecks it right there, right? Just destroys you. Because as you all know, men can never go back in life sexually. Women can never go back in life economically, right? They just can't do it. Chris Rock said it best, right? It just, that's how it goes. You know, once you get it good, you got to get it good forever. Once you give her, you know, once you take care of a woman, you got to take care of her forever. It works like that, right? So this is in the middle of the road. You don't quite know what you're going to get, and then it just wrecks your entire life right here. This is exactly what happened to Crypto. Crypto was going along, nice bull. He met a cow. She was a nice cow from a good family, and then, you know, dressed nice, went to school, was a nice, and it just wrecked his life, right? And didn't even know what hit him, just beat him over the head, right? She was a cow and bear. She was a bear in cow's clothing, right? And just, this is exactly where we're at. We are at a point right here where we're in the core. We just talked about it. You do not want to be in the middle. You want to be up top or you want to be on the bottom. You don't want to be in the middle because you don't know where you're at, right? This is like marriage, right? You know, either you want to be on, you know, in charge and on top of this, or you just, you know, you want to be the submissive husband. That's fine. You pick it, but at least you know where you're in the ladder here, right? This is in the middle here. If you don't know where you are in the hierarchy of your relationship with your wife, I'm telling you right now, you're in trouble. You might not be the only one. She's probably got 2 or 3 side pieces on the side taking care of business while you're at work, right? I'm not saying that happens to all of us, but it does happen. So we are right now in a very, very precarious position. And if you take this chart, right? If you take this chart, which scares me because I don't know who this freak is, right? And then you go over to this chart. This chart right here is seriously scary, okay? Every time your longs and your shorts get this out of whack, okay, they like to bring themselves back in. And I'm going to call this the hard dump, right? The hard dump. This is when the hard dump happens. And you don't want to be a part of the hard dump. And if we go back and we look where it was, right? This is the 2017 crash. right? This is the 2017 crash right there. That's it. We're going to make this orange, right? To just get that warning thing out there. There was the 2017 crash. But look where this came from. Okay, look at where this, oh, shoot. Wrong one, didn't want to delete that. I wanted to get rid of this circle right here. Right? Look where this crash came from right here. This crash came from out of the danger zone, right? And that's where this crash came from, right? Let me pull this out here. And this is exactly where we're sitting right now. We are inside of this danger zone. So this to me is a second warning right here, right, of where we're parked. We're parked inside this danger zone. Now, the last times you had these pretty hardcore dumps, you can see they were, you know, they emanated, they started from down low. Now, the super ugly ones just shot straight up. They started out down here. This is the oh my god dump, right? The same thing over here. I mean, this oh my god dump really started, just came down here, touched into the little yellow danger oversold layer, and then just rocketed straight out of that layer. The shorts just mooned up, and I mean, people who are smart enough were looking to get out up here at the tippy toppy, right? But there just wasn't that many shorts loaded up there. People seemed to think it was just going to keep going on forever. If you would have looked at this chart, you would have known you were in trouble because shorts were way under leveraged, longs were way over leveraged. Look at the longs up here at the top, right? How would you like to be this guy, right? How would you like to be this guy right here? This is that bull that was walking up the hill, saw that really cute cow. She came from a great family. She was so nice, well educated. And then as soon as you got her into the bed, into the sheets, she pulls out the peanut butter. Any girl breaks out peanut butter on you guys. You guys right there, you got to ask yourself, what is not right about this, right? You got to really question your life, your choices of your life choices at that moment if a girl ever does bring peanut butter into the bedroom. If you don't believe me, I dare each and every single one of you tonight to take peanut butter into your fellow mate, your nest mates, into the bedroom with you and just be like, hey, I'm bringing some peanut butter tonight. What do you think? And see how well that shit goes. She'll be like, you ain't getting that shit in my hair. Right? We'll see how well that goes. But report back to me on how well that goes. And if it does go well, I'll talk to my wife about it. Okay? So, now, I have to say, we are in the short area where I do not like to be. We're in an oversold area. Right? We're in a very oversold area. I'm not saying that we could dump from here. What I'm saying is I'm going to watch these shorts. Because if we get a pump up here, right, and we get a nice pump up, a final kind of low volume pump out of here, just like we've all been looking for, right? I've been looking for this on my chart for quite a while now, right? Where I can call, where's that chart at? Damn it. Where, there it is, So this ABC, right? If I can find this ABC in here, and I feel we're going to get a C wave. I feel that the shorts are going to start to really, and if this C wave starts to poop out and can't even make it, and the worst thing to happen right here, this is my bullish count right here. This is my very bullish count because I cannot count out this as an ABC. I cannot count this out, right? The worst thing to happen right now is for this to be a wave 1, 2, looking for a wave 3 down, okay? And I don't want to bring that up, even though all my arrows, they're all headed down here. I don't have any arrows that go up over here. Look, no green arrows. Vampy, no Havy, no green arrows for Mooney. No green arrows for Mooney. So if you're looking at somebody and they got a bunch of green Mooney arrows, they say, oh, 6,000 way up here. I ain't seeing it. I ain't feeling it. I ain't charting it. I ain't saying it. I don't believe it. If anything, I think we get an ABC, maybe a flat C, and then we just completely pooter out here, right, on the bearish tip. Now, I still am looking. I still don't believe we have turned the corner on crypto. I don't believe we have gone into a bullish market for numerous reasons. There's way too much just complete shit out there in the market. There's way too much just absolute garbage. We just had another victim today, another exit scam. Oh, our devs left us. Oh, our devs are back. Oh, we're not an exit scam. Don't get lawyers and sue us. Right? Oh God, Lord, Jesus help me, right? What coin was that? What's that? XXX, what it was, XHXVH or something like that. Some freaking, right? Right? What the hell is that? Anyway, we had another coin, another XHV. Thank you very much, Six. Yes, we had another scam exit today. Millions and millions of dollars gone right out the back door. Amen. Hallelujah. Nice knowing you. Nice seeing you. You will never see that money back. It is gone. Okay? Yeah, that's it. There's just, yeah. So I feel that we need to get down to the core, what's going to work, the real projects that are going to take hold and take us to the next level. And I feel there's way too much money spread out over way too many projects in order for us to have a bull market, a true bull market. Because every time we get these little pumps, everybody and their freaking grandma runs into these low cap coins. We're like, oh my God, it's going to the moon, right? Everybody's looking for this. Everybody runs into these low cap coins, and then the bottom falls out, and all these people just continue to get liquidated in these low cap coins because you don't understand. BTC still needs to go up. BTC, it's not that BTC needs to be stable. It's that BTC needs to be bullish. You cannot fucking have a bull market without BTC being bullish. You can't do it. Right? And everybody in dumping millions and billions of dollars into complete shit tokens, and then people wonder why they get liquidated all the time when BTC falls out 300 or 400 points. And listen, I get it. When you get the moves up, the big percentages are on alts. I get it. I understand it. I see it. When you get the big moves down, where do you get the big crashes? They come down on the alts, right? You get the big percentage crashes on alts. The BTC movement percentages are a lot smaller. I understand it. I see it, right? But you have to also understand that these people buying into these alts, you guys, you got to be very, very careful because you cannot continue to buy into these altcoins thinking that we're into a bull market yet. Once BTC goes bullish, at that point, altcoins will then go bullish with it. But we need a true bullish market. We need a bullish BTC. And we can't have a bullish BTC where every fucking token is attached to BTC. We can't have that. You can't have a bullish market when BTC is bearish. We're just not going to have a $2,000 Bitcoin or $1,500 Bitcoin with a dominance of 30%. It's just not going to happen. You're going to have a $2,000 Bitcoin with a dominance of 70%. Because all the rest of the shite is going to get out of there and everybody's going to come back into Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin rallies, the survivors will rally with it. I feel we cannot go back up until we get rid of all of the shit. Or at least, this is all I'm saying. This is all I'm asking for, right? All I'm asking for is of the 1,900 shit coins that are out there, show me some P&Ls. If I could get a 10% of the projects out there to hand out a P&L, 10%, right? 10% of the projects out there, I would be happy, and I would say, okay, we're starting to see some real fundamentals that are coming to the marketplace. And until we see those fundamentals leak into the marketplace is completely full of shit, hence shit coins. Okay? And listen, I'm with you. Unlike Tone Vase, who says everything else is shitcoin, right? Everything else needs to go to hell. I don't truly believe that. That's like saying, you can only have one internet search company. I don't believe that, right? When we've got, trust me, if you guys think Google is the only search company out there, you're fucking smoking crack. You're smoking rocks. It is not. You cannot use Google in the most populous country in the entire fucking world. You cannot use Google in China. China has 1.5 billion people in it. You cannot use Google there, right? There's a bunch of other search engines. There could be a bunch of other tokens. There can be some amazing tokens. And I think we still have amazing projects out there. I still think a lot of the projects will live on, and in 5 years from now, whatever, some of them will still be around. Now, will it be a handful, 10, 15, 20, a dozen, a baker's dozen? I don't know. But at this point right now, I can only tell you one thing, that the majority of coins and projects that are out there are absolutely completely useless, right? They're completely useless. And the thing for all of you to be scared about is that you cannot be bullish on a lot of these projects without being bullish on Bitcoin. Right? So you need to understand that, yes, I love Raven. I am holding a bag of Raven. I like Raven. I'm holding a bag of Scroll. I'm holding the bag. I've got a few bags. I'm holding BTC right now. Right? I've got a 1-to-1 trade on BTC right now between 31, 3,200. I still believe. Right? But at the same time, I know that if the market crashes down to 2,200, my bag of Raven is going to go to fucking shit. Right? My bag of Raven is going to take a freaking dump on me. Right? I understand that. I just have to understand I need to be in and out of this marketplace until I feel that we have truly turned a corner and are bullish on Bitcoin. Right? And the things that are going to need to be done to be bullish on Bitcoin is, number one, we've got to get adoption. And I'm not talking about mass adoption. We don't even need mass adoption. We just need some adoption. I'll take anything. I mean, can we adopt a redheaded stepchild? I mean, fuck, let's adopt a turtle or something like that. I mean, come on, just let's adopt anything. But we just need a little more adoption to take place here on Bitcoin, right? On at least the top 20. All right. Also, going into that same, thought train, right? That same train of thought right there. I feel that the other thing we need to do is we also need to, as a community, as all of us crypto heads, as all of us, out there, we all need to start to ask for some transparency to the projects that are out there. Right? We are willy-nilly buying into these projects continually. We're continually buying into these projects over and over and over again. And these projects are really not being forthcoming with a lot of the information that they should be forthcoming with, especially as what I would consider to be a publicly traded companies, right? These they're holding millions and millions and millions of dollars, if not billions and billions of dollars of people's monies. They need to be a little bit more transparent. Okay, before we can become bag holders. And I'll tell you what, you want to know who I want to bag hold in? I want to bag hold in the company that comes out and says, hey, I raised $20 million. My overhead, my operating costs for my devs, my promotions, my marketing, my everything, every single year comes out to be X. Call it 1.5 million. So at least I know you have money to continue on with your pathway. Show me what your project's doing. I mean, if we're in the coin, we should have a pretty good idea of what the token and the project is. But I want to get into the first projects. I want to get into the very first projects that really start to show transparency. Okay, the first projects that start to show transparency are going to be the ones that people are going to be like, wow, okay, Listen, yeah, they're losing money now. We get it. Lots of big companies lose money, and I'm fine with you losing money as long as you are developing a product while you're doing it, as long as you're developing a customer base, as long as you're developing a platform that's truly being used, that I can believe in, that you can believe in, that all of us can believe in. I will have the faith in that project, right? But the problem is we have 1,900 projects right now, and I think only one of them only one of them has ever released a P&L. They just did it recently. I don't know who it is. I'm going to have to go back and find out. But only one of them, right? But you need transparency, JF, because here's the thing. If a company takes $40 million for their ICO, okay, where's the 40 million bucks, right? If they raised $40 million for an ICO, you need to pay people in order to continue the project, right? You have to be able to pay people. And without transparency, we don't know how much money they have. And if they don't have any more money left, you tell me, if you raised 20,000 Ethereum back in 2017, and you are still holding that Ethereum till today, how much money do you have? And then I want to see a P&L that says, oh, well, we spend 1.5 million a year. We're broke. There's no more money. Because if there's no more money, there's no devs. And if there's no devs and no one's making money, that's it. And I get it. You can mine, but if you're mining, and this is the really fucking retarded thing. People are out there mining. They're mining, right? For a project that has no application. There's no application for what people are mining for, right? Other than a store of wealth. And yes, you have Tron, and you do have some. Listen, I am not talking shit about. I think Tron does a great job. I think Tron is one of the few coins out there. Now there's a bazillion Tron out there. You know, I mean, there's Jesus Lord. I mean, they definitely made Tron for the Chinese because everybody can own like 700 of them, right? Every Chinese, they made like 700 of them for every Chinese person, right? And I feel that we cannot be bullish on this marketplace until we're bullish on Bitcoin. And in turn of saying that, we cannot be bullish on crypto until we have projects to be bullish on. So when you can show me projects that can show me a balance sheet, that can show me that they have the ability to generate revenue even at a loss, I am fine with a loss. I then will become bullish on Bitcoin. I'll become bullish on the market because the key to the market is adoption. The key to your bag going to $100,000, $130,000 is adoption. Okay? And it's that simple. And I truly feel, even if this is just an ABC here, right, an ABC, we're still going to capitulate down to a lower level. All right? I'm still bullish on this being an ABC here. Fingers crossed, right? I would love to have a little alt season. February-ish would be nice. Buy my wifey some nice things for Valentine's Day. That would be great. I'm all about it. I love crypto for the volatility. I love it for the ability to make money going up and down. What I don't love is that as a businessman, these projects are full of fucking shit. Right? Yes, that's what we need to see, Darce. We need to see these tokens moving into the retail sector. Okay? And if you want to know when the next bull run is really going to happen, there will be a critical adoption moment. There will be something is going to happen, right? Where the critical adoption is going to take place, and not just as a store of value, right? Because you're never, even with these ETFs, you're never going to get 1900 tokens on an ETF. It's just not going to happen, right? Starbucks has been using crypto for a long time, and God bless them for being one of the first. One of the first, right? Listen, Doggy Coin, Raven, Tron. I truly believe in a lot of these projects. Litecoin doesn't do shit. Sorry, Litecoin doesn't do shit. Litecoin Pay, complete failure. Right? Litecoin Pay, complete failure. Right? Or, that's a good one right there. You just brought up a very, very good point. Right? Adrian, great job. If we were to see a worldwide financial crash in the monetary system due to debt, if that were to happen and we were to see a mass inflation of the US dollar, and it has to be the US dollar, we need to see the US dollar not only inflate but hyperinflate in order to see some sort of a crazy just run into Bitcoin, right? I would see. Now, would it be speculative? Yes, I think it would, right? I think it definitely would. But I also feel that, that's another option. We could see a major economic. Now, the world economy, as we've talked about in numerous times, is just on the verge of being flushed down the toilet. The U.S. economy is strong and will continue to stay strong. All right, the U.S. economy is strong and will continue to stay strong. I will say that over and over and over again. Yes, the U.S. economy will be affected by the world economy. It will happen, right? As the world economy stutter steps, right? I'm not saying it's going to completely fail, but as the world economy stutter steps and gets one step closer, right, to, kind of falling off a small cliff. I'm not saying it's going to fall off a big cliff, but I would like to see that. And then I'm telling you, I think February we'll see a nice little price pump action come out of China into crypto, because some of the reports that are going to come out of China are not going to be good. Exports are going to be down. The EU is going to be down. A lot of these great nations, these macro economies, are going to be down, and this is all good for Bitcoin because people, once again, will be looking to hedge their money. They are already hedging it in the US dollar. All right, yes. So I would like to say that this is it. That's all I've got to say, right? I mean, we really here's our Bitstamp weekly chart, right? Our Stoke retesting, where the hell is the second test of the weekly RSI? Here's Baby Bull Jesus right here. Got your first test, got a little pumpy up, and then died out, and then came back down. Did a second test, dropped deep. Dropped 27. We're at 27. I am still looking for this second test. Anybody who knows, you go back, look at your charts, people. Bring up RSI charts, 4 hours, 12 hours, daily, 3-day, and look at the pattern that plays out in these. They like to double bottom. RSI loves to double bottom before it takes off and runs. Right now, can it double, triple, quadruple bottom? Yes, sure it can. Right? I mean, you just look at some ugly things. But our Stoke pattern, ugly, right? We have not turned the corner on a bullish market here. We still have not turned a corner. Now, look at our Stoke. Look at our histogram. Our histogram is completely breaking bullish, right? Completely breaking bullish. But where is the motion? Where's the movement? Is nothing happening here. No bueno, not good at all. Look at what happened back here before you found Baby Bull Jesus. You had a green section. There's the green section. You had a bearish section. Here's your bearish section. You had a little baby bullish section, right? Little baby bullish section. Then you had your basically your big capitulation. You had a one wave, then a two wave down, then it recovered, then you were good, right? Now, we've had a one wave down. We have not had a second wave. If you dig into this, right, look at this. There was two waves, came down, back up, came down, capitulated, right? Came up, came down. There's baby bull Jesus right there. Wave 2, wave 1, wave 2, and there's wave 2, and we found the capitulation. Look, no wavy 2e, right? Look, 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 look. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. I feel like I'm in an old ladies yoga class, right? And 1 and 2, right? And 1 and 2, right? There it is. This is what you need. You need the 1 followed by the 2, right? Everybody knows you always feel best after you take a number 2. At least I do. All right. So I am still looking for this number 2. Where in the F is the number 2? Where the hell is the number 2? Ooh. Number 2. Right? There is no number 2. I do not believe we're in a bull market yet. I do not believe it. Right? Where's the support on the WMA? We are below our support levels. We're in transition between support levels on the WMA. Right? In between support levels here. Here's our weekly. Here's our weekly ADX. Right? Vamp said it was over here. I still, fingers crossed, please let me be right. Please let it be April. God, let it be the first quarter of this year. I don't know how much of this I could take. Right? Please let it be in the first quarter of this year. Right? If we scoop, and look, we're kind of starting to give a little scoop action right here. Right? We're giving a little scoop action. Now, last time, take a look what happened. This is back in 2014. There's baby bull Jesus. We went a lot higher. So back here, right? Look at this. Up, down, right? Now, here's the A, B. There's the C wave maybe I'm hoping for. And then crash, right? Just crash. I mean, this would be... it would suck because it would drag us out for freaking ever, right? It would drag us out. Weekly ADX. Please, please. This would be the C wave, right? And, this would just drag us out forever, right? I still think this is a massive head and shoulders right here. Just like this. Shoulder, down, head, down, shoulder, down. I'm still looking for this. And even if you zoom in here, right? Even if you zoom in here, this is one thing you've got to do, people. You gotta look at your charts, at your other charts, right? You gotta say, you have to identify the patterns on these other, look, shoulder, head, shoulder, right? Right? Something like that, right? Are we going to get this head and shoulder pattern right here? Right? Ooh, that's very green. That's like super green. How to get this green? There we go. Okay. Are we going to get this pattern playing out right here now? This sure looks like a head and shoulders pattern that's playing out right here. Right? Right? And maybe what we do is we just come back up here and we hit this line right here. This is our support line. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw on our little rectangle. Right? And that is clearly not what we wanted. Right? We're going to put yellow. There's our little yellow box. Let's make it a little fatter. Okay. So there it is. Right? There's our little yellow box. It's going to come up here and test this right here. Right? Come back up here and test this. Give us just a little squirt up right here, which I still think is possible. Right? Making an internal H and S inside of the larger H and S. Right? So there's your massive head and shoulders. This would be an internal shoulder for the right shoulder that you're putting up another head and shoulders for. Right, I see this is possible. Now, I still would like to see down and then up for that C wave, and that would just play out very nicely for me. Daily ADX chart, still bearish, just bouncing back and forth. This is nothing has changed right here, just sideways movements. This happens a lot of times with this sideways movement. If we did drop, here's the thing, we don't have very far to drop here. So even if we dump here to find another bottom, which I still think, right? I still think, I mean, you come down here, maybe 2,700. There's not that much room to dump here, right? Well, there is. I mean, but there's if you take a real big dump right here, it'd be just bring us down to the deuces, right? We'd head down to the deuces. Let's take a look at our money order, our chalk and money flow, taking a dive, breaking the lower low. This is on Phoenix. Phoenix is liquidating. Somebody somewhere is liquidating some shit on Phoenix, right? Broke the trend line support, bounced off the trend line support over here on Stamp. Looks like the same thing over here. Did break the trying to break it, finding a little bit of support over here, right? Just barely on the little cuspy cusp. No, looks like it broke through. Yeah, it looks like it broke through. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Yep, so did break through on the chalk and money flow. So we are starting to try to set a new lower low. Definitely set it over here on Phoenix, right? Our Phoenix, our favorite house of USDT, right? Right, and hold on a second. CMF not looking good, right? All right, I am nothing. Just shows this just looks sideways. It just says sideways shit trapped in the support level. We're just right on the support level. We're now underneath this trend line right here. So we're right on the bottom side of this trend line. And there's our historical support, 3340. We're still trapped above, and I'm going to go over the dead cat bounce here in just a second. So let's bring this out. So what we'll do is we're going to pull this out to the weekly. Okay. And then this is... See this line right here? This is our dead cat bounce line right here. Let me make this another color. Right there it is. It's purple. This is my dead cat bounce line. This is where we tested this. This is 35.18. I actually have 35.15. Is kind of my ballpark. I bet if I zoom in there, I get that 35.18. Now, I would like to show you how we have bounced off of this 35.18 numerous times. Look, a bounce, broke through it, and then it looked close and open, right on it, right? Broke through it, came back down, and a bounce, and there we are. We're sitting right on top of it right now, right? I still don't like this candle. I don't know. Hard to play this candle. Hard to play this weekly candle. Right now, if you go over here and you played this weekly candle, you would have been able to track bullish volume trend, right? Look, you would have started your arrow out here. You would have drawn it up here. You'd have been like, yeah, this looks a little bit bullish to me. Besides the fact that we just went up 5,000 fucking points, right? Where over here, you're like, you know what? Even though this looks a little bullish, this might be a little bit bearish because we just dropped like 3,000 points, right? Over the last month. But besides that, ignore the fact that we just dropped like 3,000 freaking points. Okay, so, and the volume is not looking good. This is nowhere near the volume profile as you saw back over here. So even a pump up here, which would be a beauty to fill that gap, right? There's a gap up here. Hello. We're going to put the gap. Where's the gap? Hello, dear gap. Gap. Oh, come. Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me? Gap. 39. 30. There we go. Right? There's a gap right here. It's actually a little bit higher. So we still have this gap, this funky gap, right? It's still sitting right up here. And you guys know how the market makers like to just completely F around with us, right? We still have this gap up here, right? Market makers are playing with big bags. They got big bags of USDT. They got big monster bags of fiat. They got big monster bags they got big monster bags of BTC, and these guys can make and move the market as they feel and as they want to. So just remember that, okay? BBJ, we are way, way out of the ballpark for BBJ right now. I mean, we're so far out of the ballpark for BBJ. It's crazy. Like, we're nowhere near Baby Bull Jesus right now. Nowhere near. Okay? Like, if you took no and you took where and you took near and you put them like way far from one another, right? We are no fucking where near Baby Bull Jesus on this Baby Bull Jesus chart. This is ugly. I don't like to see this. Now, the best thing that could happen is we would get a little bit of down pull right here. Pull down. Let's bounce off the bottom. Run for our A wave. Put in a lower A wave right here. Just put in a little baby bounce and then just capitulate all the way down here to try to find Baby Bull Jesus down here in the nethermost regions. I still think a long wick with a V bottom would be the beaut. This would be my best alternative here. Up, down, up. I would prefer just going straight down and then up, but one of these is going to happen. Somehow we are going to end up down here. Okay, not changing my mindo. Right? I'm going to scoot this over. All right, there we go. All right, and this is not good. You are sitting bearish on both of these indicators. 12-hour sitting bearish, daily sitting bearish. Daily still has room to go down. It usually does not like to do another test back up. So I can see just a little more. I'm still thinking, come down, test this. This would be the perfect, ideal scenario for us. Come down, test this bad boy right here, right? And then give us our C wave, right? Give us our C wave, or at least some kind of a pump into this diagonal here, as we are definitely inside of this trend right here. And I still think this trend is a little lower, like right there. I still think this is something like this, and we're bouncing around in here. We're trying to find the bottom. Do I think this is it? A, B, C. I don't think that's it. I think it's just a little bit lower, and then I can really begin to count out an A, B, C inside of here, right? A, B, C. All right, get that A, B, C. Right, get that ABC up there, and I still don't think this is right there, right? Yeah, it's got to be. Right, that's got to be there. How do you get this count, though? That's a little more tough, right? Oh, it missed. So that would have to be there. A, B, C, like that. A, B, C. And this would be your A, B, C up, A, B, C down. And now you're looking for, I think it's just a little bit lower. Little bit, right? One more little downsy woundsy, and then bounce off, and then we will really get to see, right? It's just, that's it. That's it. I think this is something like this is going to play out right there. Okay, BLX, nothing. Still see that head and shoulders right here. I still see another test right here of this. I mean, this is what I would like to see play out. Just a little bit up, right? Then come down, right? And test out. We're just going to come down. Then we're going to test out that 3,300. And then we're going to, get a nice bounce out of there, right? Get something like this. This is still something I'd like to see right here. Okay, this is something I'd like to see short term right here. Get this head and shoulders right there, and then play our way out of it, right? And this is ugly. I'm telling you guys, if this thing rolls over right here, this will be the end, and we will find Baby Bull Jesus really quick, really, really fast. Okay, and that's it. 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 That's all I got. That's it. All right, peoples. Yes, I would like, yes. come down, hit the 200, hit the 786, and then march up, right? I mean, the way this is looking, this is just keeps moving sideways. All this is doing, just keep moving sideways here, right? Just keep going this way, right? Just keep going this way. And what's going to happen is this 786 right here. All right, let's find this bad boy. All right, this 786 is just going to fall right on this trend line somewhere. Okay. So the 786 right here is just going to fall right there, and we're just going to come right over here, and I'm just going to keep sliding this thing over. Right, I think this is where we're going to land. Now, let's go over and take a look at our weekly. Where the hell, because I know our weekly just moved. Okay, no, we don't use this way. Yep. Okay, this one's good. All right, so we know our weekly just moved. Where is our weekly? We're looking at 3283. 3283. So we got to go back over to this chart. Ooh. 3283. Bam. All right, 2W200MA 3283. Okay, so there you go. So there's your 3283 right now for that. Now come down here. I'm still going to be looking for a bounce off this bad boy right here. So scoot everybody sideways. All right, we'll scoot you over here. Right? Until this loses this. There's that right there. We're going to get rid of this. Okay. Okay. All right. So my ideal scenario is to just come down here, hit the 736, hit the 200 MA, and then give us this beautiful bounce out, right? This gorgeous bounce out of there, right? And get this nice reaction off the 200 MA. That'll hold the support, get our run back up, and then see where we're at. Carol put up a post, a weekly. 200 MA would be our top side. The OBV, got it. Got it. I'm trying to look at the chart of the OBV. I just still think it's way. I just think we're way over. All right. Anybody else have any questions of any kind whatsoever? I would like to say thank you to every single person out there. Really appreciate you all being here. Listen, the targets have not changed. I still think a little downsy woundsy, little bouncy wouncy, and then down to the pits of hell, right? Little down to the pits of hell. Now, hopefully, if this 200 does not hold, right, the 50 MA will hold on the weekly. And on the monthly, sorry, let's go find out where that's at. Where is the 50 on the monthly? Nice. It's still parked right there. Still 3K, a little over 3K. I have to say this monthly candle does look like rabbit shit rolled in bat shit with a little cow shit and dog shit on it. You also have a death cross that is coming on this. So I just want you all to be aware, if we don't bounce out of here, right? At everyone, danger, bear cross on the monthly coming, right? And your top side for that is 4,800. We're never going to make it back up there. This is a bad cross. Okay? There's a bad cross coming, and there it is right there. Okay? You do have a bear cross, and depending how and where this candle ends up, if we come back down here, we're laying on this 50 MA. I still feel we'll get a bounce off the 50 MA, but if we are laying on top of this 50 MA, we will get this bearish cross there, right? And trust me when I tell you, right? Let's go back and look on the weekly, right? There's the weekly candle. Look, there's the cross. Boom, right? Took Turd Nation. Right, that is Turd Nation right there. There is the cross, the 7 and the 30 on the weekly, and this just took this all the way down to Turd Nation. Abject death, punishment, you name it. This was horrible. Let's go back over. We're going to find out where that cross happened again. Look at that. There's the 7 and the 30 cross right there. And this is the last time this happened back historically. And just this was it. The death, the demise, the destruction, everybody crying, pain, suffering, right? The peanut butter was broken out on more than one occasion. When they go to redunk the peanut butter back in the peanut butter jar, you know you're in trouble, okay? You know you're in trouble, right? We'll plop this baby up on the monthly. Let's see what we can find here on the monthly. There it is. Right, let's see if we can see this last cross on the monthly right here. Okay, there's our cross. It's coming next month. Okay, and there's our cross last time right there. This cross did give us a complete bearish, and this would have been a massive bearish retracement here, right? That is huge. You would have gone from 300 buckaroonies down to 209 buckaroonies. I bet if you pulled the percentage on that right there, it would be viciously ugly, right? So, will I be in a long when this crosses? The answer is fuck no. No fucking way. I will not be in a long when this fucking thing crosses, right? I will not be long when this crosses, right? All right? Yeah, 30%. 30% dive. When this crosses, where do you think 30% is going to put us at, boys and girls? 30% is going to put us at a lot of pain and suffering. Let's go back here. We can figure it out. Let's pull up and see where 30% is. Let's see where, come here. Come here, price range. 38.7%. Okay, where should I put us at the end of this? Where should I put us at the end of this candle right here? Huh? You name it. You tell me. Where do you feel most comfortable? Where do you think we're going to be at the end of this candle right here? Right? Where do you think we're going to be? Let's say we get a nice bounce out because it's still early, right? It's still early. It is the 21st of January. We got 10-ish days, right? Well, wait, oh, we only got 26. How many days this month end? How many days in January we got? It's a short month, right? Okay, so let's see what we got here. We got 31 whole days here. It's February. It's a short month, 28. So we got 31 here. All right, so we got 10 more days left. Where are we going to be in 10 days? Right? Where are we going to be in 10 days? And will this cross? Dun, dun, dun. See, you had that run up right into it. Then it crossed and it smashed. Okay, let's get some little, we're just going to throw a quick projection in here of something that could possibly be. So let's say we ran up, let's say we ran all the way up here to 4,400, right? 38% would be 2,700 buckaroonies. So if we ran all the way up to 4,400 to fill that gap, we would be there. Okay. Now, worst case scenario is we are, let's go back and take a look what happened last time. Right there it is. I mean, we retraced really heavily, but that was after the cross. Worst case scenario. Let's see what this candle looks like here. Let's see what this monthly candle. Come on, get off there. We're on a 6. We're on a red 6 right now. Last time we capitulated, we did capitulate on a red 5. Very interesting. 6 got our bounce. Boy, it sure looks like we came back down and this tested the 50 right there. See, there's the 50 right there. I bet that laid right on the freaking 50. That broke the 50, but that looks like that was probably laying on the 50 right there. So that also means we won't get any higher than this blue. So when this comes down, that's going to give us a maximum topside target of 4,800 bucks. So if we do run this as an A, a B, and a C, right? A, that probably was a B, C wave. This is more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what this was like. This was an impulsive wave. Shit, this was completely impulsive. I wonder if we're going to close this out as a red 6. Very interesting. Look at all the volume back here. No volume. Look at all the volume. No volume. Very interesting. Look at our monthly too. Look at our monthly volume. Volume is it's got 10 more days. We're going to have to see where this volume candle ends up in 10 days. Very interesting. Yes, a lot more. You're right. Yes, excellent. Yeah, I agree with the Chinese New Year's. I agree. February 5th, Chinese New Year's. Yeah. All right. So let's now we haven't got a blue arrow on our trend. Let's see hence where we get this next candle here. Going to be very interesting. Like this completely played out as an ABC over here, ABC wave up, and then it just tried to fail out and then it didn't. Right, I would have looked A, B, C wave, and then looked for one more dive back down here, and then that was the retest with the pump up. Very interesting. Yeah, I have really a really challenging time with OTC. All right. So, okay. All right, so we're just going to have to be watching this because when this does hit the, when this does hit, all right, we just know there's going to be a 38% retrace on that. Let's just all be prepared for it. Okay. Right, so now I'm still looking. Listen, like I said, I can't find this freaking C wave here. Cannot find this C wave. Right? Now, is this, and if the 200 gives way, the 200 gives way. That's how I'm trading. Shows you everything I'm doing. I am not hedging along yet. I have not begun to hedge along. I am close. I am really close, and I'll tell you what's going to make me super mad is that if this freaking thing just takes off right here, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed. It's okay. I'll get over it, you know, but I still think we have just one more leg down, and then I want to see how we react off this. We've got the 200 MA, we've got the 786, and then I want to see how this plays here. Now, I'm going to at least play this up to here, and if it, listen, I expect to bounce off the 200 MA. I expect to bounce off the 786. If we come up here, then I'll just be playing this all the way back down again. I will start loading shorts again, at least to play off of this as an E wave. I'll load this up to play off as an E wave. Also, because I do count this out as an E, A, B, C, D, E. I count this out as a triangle or a wedge, not just an A, B, C. I have to count this out as an A, B, C, D, E and as an A, B, C. Okay? Okay, so we have 2 counts on that, right? All right, and oh, David, what's going on, Dave? Proud Clown. See what he's got.
Hi everyone, Proud Clown again.
He's got a video. So you're gonna have to go watch his video over there. Proud Clown does put up some pretty good stuff. He's got his Tron. Boy, Tron is doing a great job. I would be very careful with Tron, though. You know. Okay, that's it. All right, everybody, that's it. I would like to say thank you all so much for being here. Really, 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 really appreciate it. I am from Trading Associates. I am the Vamp. I would like to say thank you to each and every person out there. I am out.